This is the first video of a series about RDev onboarding. I'm going to be doing a demonstration of the resources that I like. This is an opinionated video, and you're welcome to use the same resources that I recommend or different ones. This document complements the RDev onboarding document that we use at 2 degrees for onboarding new folks at 2 degrees. So the documents that I'm about to walk through is a good resource for either those who are mentoring someone else who is joining 2 degrees or any other organization that uses the same tools, or also for those who are onboarding themselves and want to get introduced independently to the tools we use. So let's get started with installing R and Rstudio. So this is the link to a resource that you will see a lot in this demo. It is the book Happy Git with R by Jenny Bryan. It has compiled the experience, frustration, and success of many students that Jenny had in a course that she used to lead. And thus it's proven very useful in many cases for me and for many other people. So most likely this will work for you, and that's my hope. So installing R or upgrading R on Rstudio. R is an engine if Rstudio is a car. If I click here, that will send us to the main repository of R and R packages. As you can see, there is 1, 2, 3 different sets of download links. You have to choose, of course, the one that fits your platform, if you have Windows, Mac, or different flavors of Linux. I have Ubuntu, so this is where I could click. But I'm not gonna walk you through the instructions of Ubuntu because most likely you don't have Ubuntu. Very few people in the organization I work has it. But if you do, then it is simply copy and pasting each of the lines here. There is a little bit of an explanation of what each of those do. Most likely you have Mac or Windows, so my recommendation here only is to follow the instructions as closely as possible. This website is used by many people, so I trust that it works, but you may need to be extra careful in following things step by step. For Mac, let's see what instructions are. They look a little more intimidating. Anyway, that is for R, installing R. I'm sorry to not demonstrate that, but it's platform dependent, and I do not have a platform here that is the one that you most likely have. Then is the thing of installing Rstudio. As I said, R is an engine if Rstudio is a car. So the car cannot work without an engine. You need to install R first. Second, you can install Rstudio, which is it comes in 2 flavors. Rstudio can be installed in a computer like the one you're holding in your hands right now. That's the version called Desktop, Rstudio Desktop. And it comes in a flavor that you don't need right now, which is Rstudio Server. It's installed in remote computers. So Jenny here shares a link to a place where you can download Rstudio and install it in your system. If you Google Rstudio, you may land in a different place. So if I Google Rstudio, you will see download Rstudio IDE. IDE stands for Integrated Development Environment. It's basically a program. So if you just Google it, you will find a different set of clicks, and it will send you potentially to a different installation. What's the difference? Well, the difference is that Jenny recommends using a flavor of Rstudio that is called Preview, which is a version that is fairly stable, and it is most likely a little bit ahead, like more modern than the mainstream Rstudio that has been released and is available in the mainstream website. I trust Jenny's judgment, and I have used the preview version of Rstudio with a lot of success, so I recommend that too. Here again, the process step by step depends on your platform. So For me, it could be to download this installer, which I believe I have in my system, and for you, if you have Windows, it would be here. If you have Macs, it would be here. Again, the instructions for me could be quite different than for you, so showing it now, I suspect may cause more confusion than help you, so I'm not gonna do that. So install whichever is the installer that you need, and I guess that once you download it and click on it, it should be self-explanatory. So that's all for installing R and Rstudio. The book by Jenny Bryan goes on to explain more details. I don't think you need that in general. If you are stuck, you may read more, or you may go also to here to troubleshooting. Although this part belongs mostly to Git and GitHub, which we're going to be talking in a bit. And of course, feel free to reach out if you are a mentor and you need to support someone else and this is not working for you. Reach out. And if you are a self-learner onboarding yourself, again, reach out. So this resource here is not to leave you alone, it's to support you so you can do things at your own time, but you are here to help. So please do reach out if you find something in these instructions is not working for you. All right, see you in the next video.